Good morning. In this video, let us discuss some of the concepts related to inventory management. First one we can discuss of safety stock. What is safety stock? Safety stock means we keep a few amount of inventory uh, as a safe portion or to meet some immediate or emergency contingencies. That means sometimes we order for inventories or raw material with our suppliers. And if, for example, if we order the inventories on Monday, we may be receiving it either on Wednesday or Friday or like that. So there is a gap between the time we order and the time we receive the inventory or the raw material. So sometimes this gap may extend due to some immediate or emergency circumstances. For example, if you can say currently we are facing with the pandemic COVID-19. So we are going through the lockdown, all those phases. So they are all immediate or emergency situations which occur in between. So such circumstances can hinder the delivery of the goods which we have ordered. So there may sometimes the delivery time or the lead time may extend rather or beyond our imagination. So in such situations, our production have to move on. We have to produce goods and we have to sell the goods. So in order to go on with our production process or in order to move on the production process smoothly, we require adequate inventory. We have already told that in inventory management, what we focus on is the optimum availability of inventory or adequate. In EOQ all we have studied that the most economical order we have to buy. That means we should not have either overstocking or understocking, but we should not have it. But still safety stock, the concept says that we should have a few amount of stock in our custody as safety stock in order to meet like these any emergency or unanticipated situations. That means in order to recover or to to recover the time lag, time required for buying or for reaching of the inventory to our godown. In order to recover that, we should have a few amount of stock in our custody, and that is what is safety stock. So safety stock means those stock which we keep with us to meet any unanticipated delay in receipt of the goods we have ordered. Okay, so we keep a certain amount of goods as safety stock to meet our unanticipated needs. Because if we lack inventory at that time, we may be forced to stop our production. So it will lead to our loss of sales, we lose our customers, and our business will have to shut down. So in order to avoid all those cases, we have to keep a few amount of stock, few amount of inventory as safety, and that stock is called safety stock. Okay. Another concept of inventory management is inventory turnover ratio, ITOR, inventory turnover ratio. So what is inventory turnover ratio means? We know we have purchased the inventories or raw materials, and that we put into production and it is converted into finished goods. So inventory turnover ratio calculates the speed what is the speed of the inventories which is converted into production. Speed of inventory being used up in production. That is what is found out by inventory turnover ratio. So in order to calculate inventory turnover ratio, there is an equation, that is inventory turnover ratio is equal to cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Okay, so this is the ratio of inventory turnover. Inventory turnover ratio is equal to cost of goods sold divided by average inventory, where cost of goods sold is equal to opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock, and average inventory is equal to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. Okay, then this is inventory turnover ratio, and then we will get what is the turnover or the speed of inventory being consumed in production. Then once we receive the inventory turnover ratio is also known as stock turnover ratio or STOR. Then next is we can find out velocity or stock velocity or inventory turnover ratio in times or inventory turnover ratio in days. So that is equal to either we have already seen that EOC 365 or 12 divided by inventory turnover ratio. Okay, that is if we have to assume it in days 365, otherwise in months 12 divided by the inventory turnover ratio. Then we will get the stock velocity or inventory turnover ratio in days. So this is all about safety stock and inventory turnover ratio. Safety stock means that amount of stock which we have to keep with us as an extra inventory at all time in order to meet any unanticipated delay in receipt of the goods. That means sometimes the goods or the raw material which we order may delay to receive. So in order to fill such emergency situation with the raw material, we should have a few amount in our custody. That is what is safety stock. Second is inventory turnover ratio or stock turnover ratio. Stock turnover ratio means the speed the speed by which the inventory or the stock is being consumed in production. So that is calculated by cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. Then cost of goods sold is equal to opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock. Average inventory is equal to opening stock plus closing stock divided by 2. And then inventory turnover ratio in days or stock velocity, you can find out it by 365 or 12 divided by inventory turnover ratio. Okay. Another concept of inventory management is selective inventory control. Selective inventory control. What does selective inventory control means? Selective, as the name suggests, selecting a few of inventories and controlling it. That is what is selective inventory control. And how it came out means, we can say few examples. That means if we purchase a computer or a television, we know actually television or computer, it's actually a bulk thing, but only 10% or 15% of the total components of that television or computer constitute the major portion or the essential portion of that computer or TV. So among that 100% of components, a 10% or 15% may be the most expensive or the most essential for the working of the computer. Similarly, another example is that we can see in our country there are a lot of people are residing, but still those people who pay tax is only 10 or 15 percentage of the total population. Another example is that in our body, our human body, there are a variety of organs performing different functions, but the fact is that only 10 percentage or 15 percentage of the organs are essential for our survival. That means though we lose the 75 percentage of the portion or of the organs or the system, if there are the vital 10 percentage organs are alive in our body, we may sustain. So that means only a few portion of a whole major thing is becoming important. So that is the concept of selective inventory control. That means much care should be given to that vital portion. For example, in the computer, that vital portion, if it is lost, the whole computer, the whole system will be lost. Similarly, if in our body, if we lose that most important 10 percentage, then we may lose our lives. So that concept, so intense care should be given to those items or those organs or those parts. That is the concept of selective inventory control. Under selective inventory control, we classify or we categorize inventories into different categories. There are various techniques of selective inventory control. In all those, we classify inventories based on its nature or based on its importance. That is what is selective inventory control, and we select a few which are vital or which are the most essential components of inventories, and we will give intense care or we will have strict control on those items. That means maybe those items will be contributing the major portion of our revenue. So we have to focus more on those areas. So that is the concept of selective inventory control. We collect or we select a few inventories and give more care to those. So there are many techniques that come under selective inventory control. The main concept here is that we give greater importance to those essential items or essential inventories. So the major or the different techniques of selective inventory control are ABC analysis, then VED analysis, then golf, then SAP, then FSN analysis, then SBE analysis, then HML, XYZ. There are different types of selective inventory control techniques. So these are a few of the selective inventory control. So selective inventory control means we select a few and give more care to those type of inventories. So among this we can just discuss what is ABC analysis. ABC analysis means always better control. Always better control. That is what is ABC analysis. Here inventories are classified into A, B and C, three categories, and category A is always given always because it always requires attention, or always it is strictly controlled. Category A items. Then category B items means moderate control, and category C items will have least control. So that is what is such type of classifications are almost all these. Few differences only are there. This is vital, essential and desirable, mainly related to spare parts. Such analysis. So selective inventory control means we select a few inventories and give more care or more attention to those inventories which are vital part of our production. So we categorize it accordingly, and we give, or more control and more attention will be given to those items. So this is all about selective inventory control. So these are all the major different techniques or different types of concepts of inventory management. One was safety stock, then inventory turnover ratio, then selective inventory control. Hope you are clear with all of these. Okay, so let us discuss about ABC analysis. ABC analysis means always better control. That means in those concerns which are very big concerns, they may not be able to look on through each and every inventory so carefully. So there they will divide categories or inventories into different categories, mainly A, B and C. And category A constitute of high value or high costlier items, and category B constitute a moderate value item, and category C constitute low value items. So according to ABC concept, these high value items are given more importance or greater control. Greater control and care is given to high value items. Similarly, moderate control is given to medium or moderate value items, and also low control is given to lowest value items. So we do this because we can give proper care for the highest value items, and so this reduces the efforts of the persons dealing with the inventory. They can give more care to such items. So so that we can categorize items, and we can assign most efficient or most qualified personnel according to those items. So this is what is ABC analysis. That means we control inventory based on its value or based on its importance. Similar is the case with all other type of techniques, like VD. VD means vital, essential and desirable. That means it is usually made for spare parts, such type of inventories. So there are a few differences only between all these. So these are all the different types of selective inventory control techniques. Okay, so hope you are clear with all these. Thank you.